What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to WWE NXT UK Review, the show from September 11th, 2019. Just want to say right off the bat first, because it is September 11th and it's been 18 years since the tragic events that happened on September 11th, 2001. I just want to say rest in peace to the 9/11 victims from 18 years ago, and to send out my prayers, my thoughts, my condolences, my sympathy to the 9/11 people that were affected and that were their lives has changed afterwards from that. So just want to get that out of the way, and let's continue on with this NXT UK review. And bear with me here, folks. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, which is why I haven't been doing anything, and that's why I've been delaying the WWE Clash of Champions 2019 live review. I'll get to that eventually, and you'll notice once it comes up too. So, but yeah, you have Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness on commentary. They're at Cardiff, Wales. Still at that at Cardiff, just to do the regular NXT UK shows. So the opening show was Imperium coming out. Walter, the NXT UK champion. You got Marcus Bardell, Fabian Aichner, and Alexander Wolf. All came out there and cut a promo where it pertains to NXT UK. Basically, Marcus Bardell, he cuts a promo by saying, "You may not like us, but you will respect us, and also respect our rules, our teachings, and our way of life." Also, Alexander Wolf starts talking. He talks about how Imperium are to protect the honor of the mat, because the mat is sacred to them. And we are here to protect the honor of our sport. Then we get Walter cut a promo, and Fabian Aichner didn't cut a promo. But which I find it funny that he didn't cut a promo. But Walter cuts a promo, talks about how he disposed of Tyler Bate. And I'm saying to myself, how do you expose Tyler Bate? If he would have said he exposed him by squashing him, where Tyler Bate didn't get any offense or any comebacks and all that, that would have been fine. But really, he didn't expose Tyler Bate. All he exposed him for, he didn't get the job done, I guess. I'm that's what he meant. But at the same time, he also said he exposed the faction of British Strong Style. There's no one left to stand up against the group of Imperium, because this is the era of Imperium. Good promo though, good promo. So we get Fabian Aichner and Marcus Bardell versus Danny Jones and Herbie Green. Squash match in a way. Basically, Imperium wins. After the match, Imperium continue on the attack. Basically, Walter doing the attacks, and that was it. We get Sid Scala, who's the assistant general manager to the NXT UK general manager, Giant Saint. He cuts a promo about pertains to his match against Cassius Ohno, and basically says that he is going to have another match with Cassius Ohno on the next NXT UK show. It's going to be a different match this time. It's going to be a British rounds match. And he says this time he'll be ready to face Cassius Ohno, and I can't wait to see how this match turns out. Now, I think they explained on the show what this whole British rounds match means. When you got William Regal talking about it, Giant Saint talking about it. I can't remember who else talked about on the show here. Robbie Brookside. He talks about it. I'm sure who else talked about it too. He recently had a special on the WWE Network about his wrestling career, and he was off. And also too, I need to mention this too. I forgot to mention this too. What pertains to the honorable, what pertains to the honorable mentions of NXT UK takeover to Cardiff. There's also this old school British wrestler who's also at the show, watching the show, and they did a special with him after the show was over. And I haven't seen it yet, but I want you to look at it to see what he meant to the wrestling business in pertains to British wrestling. So, but yeah, but he was on that too. I forgot his name though, but I'll probably remind y'all eventually in the future. But basically on the show they mentioned it. I think they mentioned later on about what this whole British round matches is all about. What does it mean? What's the rules of it? I kind of understand the rules, but at the same time, I want to see how it plays out. Just like what pertains to Evolve's catch points, what that was called, where you have Drew Gulak versus Matt Riddle. They have a catch points match and everything. And I was saying to myself, what's a catch points match? And I see how it looks, and I thought it was pretty good. Obviously it's no different when it pertains to wrestling, wrestling. Pertains to because you add that stipulation match, but as far as British rounds match, I can't wait to see how this looks too. So that on the next NXT UK show, which I'll get to eventually, I will check that out. Check that out and see how that turns out. And I can't wait to see how. I can't wait to talk about it on my review. Next time when I do it. So there you go. Noam Dar holds a press conference because he's a big deal, right? So his announcement was for the NXT UK fans and everything. Actually, that was later on. But it was an announcement though that he's gonna do a press conference. We'll get that later. We get Jordan Devlin, the Irish Ace, versus Ashton Smith. Whoop! And they had a match, decent match. Jordan Devlin ends up winning, obviously. Yeah, Jordan Devlin is the true ace of NXT UK. And I apologize for that, folks. Now I'm back. There we go. But yeah, Jordan Devlin won the match. It was a decent match. There you go. We get to this interviewer backstage, Ramsey, and was going to interview Toni Storm, who's the former NXT UK Women's Champion, but unfortunately she was not there. And then all of a sudden, Nina Samuels shows up and says that TakeOver Cardiff is the past now. And I say to myself, yeah, the same TakeOver Cardiff that you wasn't even part of. Yeah, that show. And she says that the future of the brand is all about the Nina Samuels show. Again, if it is about the Nina Samuels show in the near future, that you would have been a part of TakeOver Cardiff, but you weren't. But anyways, but that's it. Okay, now we get to this video vignette about the British rounds. What this is all about. Where it's going to be between Cassius Ohno and Sid Scala. You have guys like Nigel McGuinness, William Regal, Giant Saint. Basically they explain the rules about what this whole British round match is what it means. But again, like I said before, I kind of understand a little bit what this is all about. But at the same time, I want to see for myself how this plays out. So. We get to Shax versus the debut, the NXT UK debut of Tegan Knox, and based on how I've seen her, folks, she put on a little weight, and I don't blame her because she had to deal with a knee injury that took her out for basically a year. So, but she doesn't look bad though. She got some little curves, but yeah, she needs to get back in ring shape basically. And she looks like she's a little rusty, but she won the match though. It was basically a squash. So, and yeah, first you had Shax, who was a babyface at one point. I believe it was against Kaylee Ray at one time. And then all of a sudden she's wrestling against Tegan Knox, who's being portrayed as a babyface here. And Shax is being a heel now. But yeah, Tegan Knox won. It was a squash, obviously. No, it was really not much to showcase about Tegan Knox, from the native girl from Australia. But also we get Kaylee Ray coming out, the new NXT Women's Champion. She says to Tegan Knox that she defeated Toni Storm, but everyone wanted to talk about this little girl with the Shining Wizard, referring to Tegan Knox. And she says, Tegan, you and everyone else here saw exactly excuse me, so exactly what I was willing to do to Toni Storm you stand in my spotlight again, you'll do the exact same thing. She'll do the exact same thing to Tegan Knox, basically. Tegan Knox gets on a microphone and says, "You want to fight Kay Lee Ray? Anytime, anywhere," and that was it. So that's gonna be the build up, the next build up program between the NXT UK Women's Champion Kay Lee Ray and Tegan Knox. Excuse me, folks. Getting a little teared up now. Whew, my apologies, folks. Anyways, back to this. Let me get to Noam Dar's press conference. He thanks everyone for attending. He says for the last 2 weeks of his life, he's been in the worst of his life, and basically this whole press conference is about he is the best Scottish Supernova 11 in WWE history. Wow, what a heel he is! What a troll as well he is. So he opens the door for questions. So as he asking these questions, Trent Seven was on his phone about talking to 205 Live general manager Drake Madrick, begging him to take Noam Dar back. Trent Seven said to please take Noam Dar back. Noam Dar also leaves, and Trent Seven was like, "Hey, I got questions. I got questions too, and all that, blah blah blah." I thought that was funny. Obviously, it's gonna build a program between Trent Seven and Noam Dar. Oh yeah, the commentators will tell us that Joe Coffey and Dave Mastiff are still feeling the effects of the last man standing match from TakeOver Cardiff. So, and now the main event for the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. We get Zach Gibson and James Drake, the grizzled young veterans, versus the new NXT UK Tag Team Champions, Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster. And this match was good, by the way. I mean, it's no surprise there. These guys wrestled Triple before. These two teams wrestled Triple before, but without the Gauntlet involved, what pertains to Wolfgang and Mark Coffey, we could see these two teams go at it, and they were doing some crazy spots in the match. It just felt like old school combined with new school tag team, and it was great. However, in the end, I said back on my last previous NXT UK review that this was probably going to be the Grizzly Young Veterans win the tag belts back. Just because Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster had their moments. They had their time to shine. It was going to be a feel good moment for them from NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff, from their home country in Cardiff, which they're still in Cardiff for this show, and they also just drop it back to the Grizzly Young Veterans. That wasn't the case. They're going to give them a run. The NXT UK Tag Team Champions of Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, they're going to have a run. So what happened here? James Drake had, I think it was Zach Gibson. Zach Gibson was holding on to I think it was to I'm trying to remember who it was. It was Mark Andrews. I think it was Mark Andrews, or it was probably Flash Morgan Webster. But James Drake ends up going for his springboard dropkick. I mean for a super kick. Excuse me, a super kick. But all of a sudden he misses, and he caught Jack Gibson instead. His tag team partner. And then Flash Morgan Webster takes out James Drake with a slice spread. Mark Andrews goes for the shooting star press and got the win. After the match, obviously, Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster celebrating. Yes, they're still the tag team champions. They're going to get a run. Also, means to outside the ring, James Drake and Zach Gibson are arguing outside. Now, will this lead to the teams of the Grizzled Young Veterans breaking up? Excuse me. Will this lead to the Grizzled Young Veterans breaking up? It looks by the looks of it, it looks that way. Especially what happened from the aftermath of Takeover Cardiff, where James Drake was trying to calm down Zach Gibson for losing his mind, for being upset about losing the tag belts on all that. And here we have the same situation here. This time, James Drake is the one who ends up being the factor of accidentally being the factor of causing their opportunities to become the tag team champions again on NXT UK. So now I don't know if that's going to lead to a babyface turn for James Drake. But wait to see how this turns out. Basically, it's going to be a cliffhanger here. I'll see what they do with this. But other than that, nothing else to say about the show other than good show. For the, namely because of the main event. The rest of the show, it was decent for of what they gave us. Jordan Devlin though and Ashton Smith was a good match though, as well. But that being said, Total Wrestling was 3 matches. I'm sorry, 4 matches. And my overall rating for the show, I'm gonna go 6 out of 10. Good show. And that being said, thank you all for watching. It's Natural Born Driller saying peace on the streets. For this was your WWE NXT UK review. Until next time we're presenting to the WWE NXT UK review, I'll see you next time. Take care.